Hey there, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be going over some Epstein stuff. This had happened like at the very beginning of COVID or like right before COVID. This was right before Epstein, if I remember correctly, got picked up and thrown in the slammer. So I haven't heard anybody bring it up since. I've been waiting, so I'm just going to do it. I'm probably going to lose the headphones. I don't need to monitor anything, and there's a weird delay happening, so let's check this out. All right, so we got, just going to take these off. This is from the Daily Mail. Where's the date? Sunday, February 8th, 2026. What? No, that's the date today. There we go. Published at 2:08 Eastern Standard Time, 15th of August, 2019. So, Daily Mail exclusive. Jeffrey Epstein shipped a $100,000 cement truck to Pedophile Island 3 weeks before damning expose was released, paying for a machine up front so it would arrive quicker, as experts say he could have literally covered up evidence. And then down here we got Jeffrey Epstein shipped a $50,000 cement truck to his private Caribbean island, Little St. James, on November 7th last year. Daily Mail TV can exclusively reveal. Epstein sent the machine with an express bill of lading, an unusual and expensive way of shipping an item so that it arrives quicker. The 66-year-old, who died by apparent suicide on Saturday, was in such a hurry that he paid for the machine up front so it would arrive sooner. 3 weeks later, the Miami Herald published its expose on Epstein on November 28th, which eventually led to Epstein being arrested in July. Shipping experts told Daily Mail TV that the possibility that it was used to literally cover up evidence cannot be discounted. Other items sent to Epstein was a tile and carpet extractor that weighed 191 pounds that was sent to his New York home from the U.S. Virgin Islands on March 11th. Epstein also had an industrial shredder sent to his island in 2008, shortly after reaching a controversial non-prosecution agreement in Florida. Sorry if there's some squeaking going on. That's my puppy Birdie. She, of course, picked the squeaky toy out of all of her toys. Jeffrey Epstein had a $100,000 cement truck shipped express to his Caribbean island 3 weeks before an expose was published, which led to his arrest, Daily Mail TV can exclusively reveal. The pedophile, who was found dead by apparent suicide on Saturday while awaiting trial for sex trafficking, got the Carmix 5.5 XL self-loading concrete mixer delivered to Little St. James on November 7th of last year. Epstein was in such a hurry that he paid for the machine up front so that it would arrive sooner, even though it meant being responsible if it got damaged in transit. 3 weeks later, the Miami Herald published a series of articles called Perversion of Justice on November 28th, which eventually led to Epstein being arrested in July. Shipping experts told Daily Mail that the possibility that it was used to literally cover up evidence cannot be discontinued. Among the other items that Epstein had sent to Little St. James in the U.S. Virgin Islands was a dentist chair complete with all the parts, Daily Mail can reveal. Yeah, we've seen pictures of that now. Epstein also sent a tile and carpet extractor that weighed 191 pounds from the U.S. Virgin Islands to his New York home on March 11th this year. 4 months later, he was arrested at Teterboro Airport near New York and indicted on sex trafficking charges. The details come after Daily Mail TV exclusively revealed that the FBI had raided Little St. James on Monday and that they would widen their investigation into Epstein's alleged abuse of underage girls. Since federal agents will be scouring the property to find evidence for their investigation, and Epstein's use of a cement truck raises the prospect they may have to dig to find some of it. The fact that he sent a cement truck to Little St. James could have an innocent explanation? Unlikely, as Epstein often does construction work on the island and the neighboring one, which he owns as well. So now that we know about the tunnels, are they even accessible? Like, did they pump these things full? Epstein, a wealthy financier who used to associate with Donald Trump, Bill Clinton, and Britain's Prince Andrew, died aged 66 after a trove of documents related to his case were unsealed on Friday. The FBI is now refocusing its investigation on Epstein's alleged enablers, such as his former consult, Ghislaine Maxwell. We got some older pictures. Everybody's seen these 100 times. The timing of the cement truck delivery raises questions about Epstein's real motives, said William George, an An analyst with Import Genius, which monitors shipping data and provided the details to Daily Mail TV. George said, while the purchase of the cement mixer on its own is not suspicious, particularly given the reported and approved repair of cisterns on Little St. James, both the timing of the shipment and the fact that it's only items in our record shipped with an express bill of lading do raise concerns. The shipment arrived on Epstein's Island November 7th of 2018, 21 days before Julie Brown's expose was published in the Miami Herald, and 23 days before Epstein allegedly began to try to pay off witnesses. Really? Considering both the scope of Brown's article and the urgency of the shipment, the possibility that the cement mixer was used to literally cover up evidence cannot be discounted. The Carmex 5.5-liter XL boasts a loading shovel that can hold 600 liters and a drum capacity of 7,600 liters of cement. It has a joystick control, a 2-speed 4x4 wheel drive, and is powered by a Perkins 6-cylinder turbo diesel 150 horsepower engine. Epstein sent the machine with an express bill of lading, an unusual and expensive way of shipping an item so that it arrives quickly. Normally, the shipper has to guarantee that the item arrives safely, but the express option, Epstein would have had no recourse if something had happened, and he paid up front. The dentist chair that Epstein had imported arrived from China on September 9th, 2013. It has a rotatable ceramic spittoon, a luxurious operating light, high-power suction, a saliva ejector system, and LED panoramic X-ray viewer. Some of the items shipped to Epstein had already been reported by The Intercept, such as the shredder, which was 53 pounds. I thought it was 190-some pounds, indicating it was an industrial size. In 2008, Epstein had the industrial shredder sent to his island shortly after reaching a controversial non-prosecution agreement under which he only served 13 months in jail, even though police found dozens of victims. The shredder can destroy CDs, 3-ring binders, and hardbound documents, and up to 85 sheets of paper per pass. Wow. The Intercept noted that one of the main difficulties in prosecuting Epstein in the 2000s was a lack of documentary evidence. Let's move on to the next one. By burying evidence, Jeffrey Epstein shipped 40,000 euros of cement to Pedophile Island just weeks before expose that led to his arrest was published. This was put out looks like midnight 16th of August 2019. Is this more of the just rehashed stuff? Let's see. The sex beast financier forked out extra cash for speedy delivery. This is most of the same information, just rehashed. So we'll give this a read. The billionaire often carried out construction work on his private retreat in the U.S. Virgin Islands, meaning the cement could have been used for legitimate purposes. No. With all the eyes on him at that time, people flying drones, watching from shore, like, no. But the disclosure will raise concerns that the well-connected money mogul may have been attempting to entomb many damaging artifacts after catching wind of the newspaper investigation into him. Shipping experts last night said the possibility that the cement was used to literally cover up evidence cannot be discounted. And this is more just the same stuff. There's apparently tunnel entrances in the temple. I'm sure whatever was down there, like, it's probably buried in cement, concrete. More about the shredder. Footage released on Monday showed a large group of officers arriving at the pier of Little St. James and accessing the Shane financier's property in golf buggies. An American flag was flying at half-mast on the island yesterday, sparking outrage among nearby islanders. And the Vigilant Citizen here. This was published 6 years ago, August 17, 2019. Jeffrey Epstein had a massive cement truck rushed to his island prior to arrest. Also, records show that he got a dentist chair delivered. Probably to have his teeth locked out with implants. Dental records are a real big thing. Or pulling victims' teeth. That usually gets people caught. The elite definitely do not want the truth about Epstein and his island to be revealed to the public. Since the heat was put on the billionaire months ago, there's been desperate efforts to filter, erase, and destroy damning evidence on Epstein's properties. This extreme panic culminated in the extremely suspicious suicide of Jeffrey Epstein, a convenient death for hundreds of power for people who knew him. Because there's so much more to the Epstein case than the soliciting of minors, it was operating a massive system of child abduction, transport, and abuse that involved a great number of high-powered individuals, and it is suspected that the most violent and horrific acts were being committed far from public view, inside underground tunnels on Epstein's remote private island. And after the stuff that's been coming out, like, yeah, it looks like there's kill rooms and everything else. Man. What are we going to do with these people? I don't think the power structure is going to do much. I think we as a people are probably going to have to do something. Maybe we should eat them. Sounds like that's what they've been doing to babies anyway. Gross. Alright, what else we got? In the article, Jeffrey Epstein, the true ugly face of the occult elite, I examined several bizarre and symbolic features on Epstein Island, and one of them was the presence of entrances that apparently led to underground tunnels. I also mentioned sources that have been claiming since last year that Epstein was spending millions of dollars to bury tunnels underneath the temple on the island. And we have all the emails now. Plus the photos in there. I think there's videos in there too. Urgent cement delivery. On November 7th, 2018, Epstein had a $100,000 self-loading cement mixer delivered to his island using express bill of lading, an unusual and expensive shipping method. We've heard that before. In an interview on SiriusXM, U.S. Virgin Islands Senator Oakland Benta admitted that evidence from Epstein's estate may have been lost. On August 13th, Benta said of federal authorities investigating the island, "What's going on here is what should have happened a long time ago. As a result of all that has transpired, the federal government decided to investigate now, whether it's too late or not, because there have been so many people on the island since Mr. Epstein has been incarcerated, and at the same time, there's valuable information, evidence-wise, that we may have lost. What's going on is that they have seized the island, and they're moving forward and doing probably what you could call asset forfeiture, as far as securing what they can. I do pray that once the investigation has taken place, as a result of so many people within the territory who are the leadership of this government, of this territory, hiding behind curtains as parasites and bringing young ladies to our shores from elsewhere and destroying their lives at will, with passion, without consideration for the child's soul. And many individuals who participated in these acts are fathers themselves. They have children as well. I'm very upset that our government leadership, stewardship of this government, who are part of it, participated and turned a blind eye for financial gain. The government of the U.S. Virgin Islands was indeed extremely lenient towards Epstein, according to permanent records. The bizarre temple on Epstein's island was supposed to be drastically different. Indeed, the construction project presented to the government was supposed to be a music pavilion. Furthermore, the submitted design was drastically different." There's the dentist chair. They dug up some other stuff too, but I don't know if it's real or not. But he apparently owned Big St. James, also, the island right next to it. So, between there, Zorro Ranch, and everywhere else. Wow. So yeah, if somebody wants to look into whether he owns the island next to Little St. James, I'm pretty sure that he does. That's going to be it for this video. What do you guys think about that? Odd timing, to say the least. Alright, that's going to be it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe if you want to. If not, that's just fine too. But every little bit goes out to help the channel, guys. We'll catch you later.